one of the nice things about the NFL offseason is you get to see which players are putting in the work. Now, certainly players could be putting in the work and not putting it out on social media, yes, but it is also nice to see behind the curtain, get a little glimpse behind the scenes, and the Vikings' young defensive linemen have been getting after it, man. And you love to see it because sometimes young players, when they come into the league, they get paid, and sometimes they're used to being big man on campus. They don't necessarily know what it takes to be a professional, and they think that they can just get by the way they did in high school as well as in college. But no, it's good to see them grinding, especially together, building up some chemistry off the field and getting after it, man. So a handful of the Vikings young defensive linemen are together this offseason and putting in a little bit of work. So you got 4 Vikings. You got Patrick Jones II. Last year, third-round pick out of Pitt. Esezi Otomewo coming in from the Gophers, fifth-round pick this year, young 5-tech. Armon Watts, who had himself a really nice role last season, has a chance to really blow up this year playing some 5-tech, as well as he's in a contract year, so he's looking to get paid, deservedly so, as well as Jaylen Twyman, last year's sixth-round pick out of Pitt. Missed all last season because he got shot, but he's revved up, ready to go. He's been putting in the work all off season long, and I think that he can find himself a spot on the Vikings roster and as well as pass rush rotation this season. Also, you have Ken Crawley, veteran cornerback, who was a really inspirational story. Coming up as a UDFA, had a couple of really nice years with the Saints, even though they're the stupid Saints, as well as Roquan Davis, the Miami Dolphins defensive tackle, formerly of the University of Alabama. And the Vikings getting it, man. So this is from Armon Watts, putting in that work, dragging those sleds. How much weight is that? Is that around 400 pounds? How many plates is that? Armon Watts is just dragging around 500 pounds on concrete like it's nothing. That's right. Like I wanted to see, and then they're eating good. Not in the neighborhood. They ain't Applebee's, man. That's prepared. That's right. And then going back there, I want to see. I would love to see, those strongman competitions that they used to have on ESPN at like 2 a.m. I want to see Armon Watts drag a Peterbilt. I wanted to see him drag a semi-truck because I think that he could do it. Armon Watts is low-key one of my favorite Vikings players because Armon, he didn't get the time of day at at Arkansas because stupid former Wisconsin coach Burt Bielema just didn't have the time of day for him. He's a one-year wonder, and that's why the Vikings were able to get him so late in the draft a couple years ago. And then he's every time he's been given an opportunity, he's taken advantage. Last year, he really blew up. Primarily playing some nose tackle, a little bit of 3-tech, and now he's playing some 5-tech. I think that his numbers could go up and up and up. So I think that Armon could have himself a fantastic season. I think that he could be the underdog and the unsung hero of the Vikings defensive line because if you look, Harrison Phillips coming in as the free agent. He's getting a lot of hype. Diesel Dalvin Thompson, year 2, last year's big-time free agent signing. Obviously, he's getting some hype as well. But along the 3-man defensive line, Armon Watts is the third starter. And even though Daniil and Za'Darius are certainly going to get theirs, I think that Watts could have himself a really nice season. I think that he'll be obviously great against the run. I think that he'll be able to set the edge. I think that he'll do the dirty work to set up guys like Daniil and Za'Darius. But guess what? They're going to get double-teamed. And you can't double-team everyone. And I think Armon could get himself in some advantageous situations and get himself 7, 8, 9 sacks and then get himself paid this offseason. Whether here, whether somewhere else, it's all good, man. But again, you love to see Vikings players working out, especially the young guys who understand what it takes to be successful in this league. And I'm expecting big things like Esezi come in. I think eventually in a year or two, he could be one of the Vikings starting 5-techs. Patrick Jones II, I think that he certainly does have some strength. He's been compared to a young Everson before, and then in year 2, he was used very sparingly. In year 1, I think that he could show off some of that potential that he flashed at Pitt. I think that he could be that guy. And also speaking of potential from Pitt, Twyman. I love Jaylen Twyman, man. I loved him before his obvious setback last year, but Twyman is just a guy where he's undersized. He doesn't check all the boxes and measurables, and he just wears his heart on his sleeve and just gets it. He just gets after it, man. So I can't wait to see it. I love that the guys are working out together, building up some camaraderie, as well as getting ready because, hey, guess what? Training camp is a lot sooner than you think. So just keep on doing that. But your thoughts are thoughts. The Vikings defensive line getting after it this offseason. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.